basically.
Who was it that was putting their balls on it earlier? It might have been Jack, actually.
Okay, who's Jack?
I think he was smearing his balls across the top.
I thought someone just like straight up came on all of them.
Was Jack really doing that? I know hers is a joke. Was Jack really doing that?
I mean, I don't think he had his actual 2 testicles out doing it.
You know, mine is a joke, but not his.
Well, no, I just imagine Jack like
You
actually
know the office we work in.
rubbing himself
That's
up
also
against
true.
it. I know where the lines are, Barbara.
No, I'm sure we
I
can
wrote the
find.
employee handbook.
I'm sure we can find security
right.
footage of Jack kind of smearing his balls.
Is there
like
anything in the
that.
employee handbook against rubbing semen on stuff?
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely lines.
Semen's one of those things that goes without saying.
I think it's illegal. Anything that's illegal, you can't do in the office.
It's illegal to rub semen on something.
Yeah, I would think so.
What if you don't know it's semen?
What does that mean?
Surely that's some,
Like, what if you just have a clear paste in your hand and you're just like rubbing it on something?
who just pasted in your hand?
Yeah.
Well,
Why
you
would
know.
you? Where would you get a clear paste that you don't know what it is?
But what if it's
What would happen that you'd end up with semen in your hand and not know it was
this
semen?
is literally the worst hypothetical situation anyone's ever come up with.
I'm trying to be more like Gavin, apparently.
Surely you don't want to do that.
Barbara is delirious.
Yeah.
Delirious, by the way.
Yeah.
So, Arrested Development came out. I had my iPad. I was like, oh, the new season of Arrested Development's out. I'm going to watch this. So I go Netflix, Arrested Development. They have like a whole landing page for it. There's a button on it that says Arrested Development, new season, watch now. It's like, great, watch now. Started watching. I was like, oh, that's weird. They went back with the Charlize Theron character in Wee Britain. Man, they just picked it up like nothing happened. Like they're not even acknowledging the break. Man, this looks just like I remember it looking at the time. How does everyone look exactly the same? Oh, Netflix restarted Arrested Development in the middle of season 3, where like the last episode I watched
So
was.
you were doing what I said with Mass Effect, where I like could
I
pick it
watched
up.
the first 15 minutes of an episode I'd already seen, and I was so embarrassed I closed my iPad and I haven't gone back and watched the new season.
But I don't blame you at all.
Embarrassed from yourself?
I was embarrassed from the iPad. Like the app knows that I watched the wrong season.
Okay, so Gavin asked.
I can imagine.
Gavin asked, does the Earth have a flag? And we looked it up on Wikipedia to see what the Earth flag is. And the flag that I found, it looks like something that if they said, Gavin, we need you to make a flag for Earth, to represent Earth, this is the flag. It's just a blue flag with a fucking Earth on it.
I was making a joke, and that's the actual one that's there.
That's what it looks like. That's the Wikipedia entry for Earth's flag.
That
It's
is
just a
shocking.
blue square with the Earth in the middle of it.
Also, Southeastern Hemisphere, talk about the worst hemisphere.
Is that what they put on there?
Yeah, fucking east of Africa and like the Indian Ocean. Why that one? Everyone knows Northwestern Hemisphere is where it's at. One time when I was a kid, you're talking about like cheat code or codes and stuff from when you were young. One time when I was a kid, I had a sleepover at a friend's house, and he had The Legend of Zelda for the NES, and I did not have The Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna play Legend of Zelda nonstop. So like I just start playing Legend of Zelda, everyone else is having fun, everyone else goes to sleep, I'm playing Legend of Zelda. I play Legend of Zelda all fucking night. Dawn comes around, everyone else wakes up, and I get to a point where like, I finished it. I finished Legend of Zelda. I played for like fucking 14 hours or whatever, done.
Oh, crap.
Like save the game, turn it off, like go join everyone else for breakfast. They're like, did you stay up all night, guys? Like, yeah, I beat Zelda. It was awesome. Like, bullshit, show us. So I go over and I turn the NES back on, and every save file's been deleted, including my friend whose Zelda copy it is. I was like, he's like, what the fuck did you do? I was like, I swear I didn't touch any of the saves. I just played all night on my one save and saved it. They're like, I don't know what happened. And to this day, I think he's still pissed off at me that I
Seriously?
deleted his
I would
fucking
be.
Zelda
I would
save.
be.
I'd be livid.
I didn't
I
do
would definitely
anything. I
remember
just
that as
played
a
the
kid.
game.
Did you turn it off properly?
Yeah, you hold down reset and hit power. Just like it
Right.
says.
You have any weird memories like that from childhood where you hurt somebody or fucked somebody's thing up?
I remember once I was playing Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. That's the one, right? Mm-hmm. And it was creepy. Like, it was really foggy that day. And all the fog, in real life, the fog had come down, and we couldn't see out any of the windows. It was really creepy looking. And then in Mario, we were running along, and all of a sudden he kind of like glitched and spun around, so he was running backwards and then slipped down through the floor and died. And we all screamed and turned it off and like ran and got under the covers because it was like, it felt like everything was haunted, even Mario. It was scary.
Even Mario.
That's so stupid, dude. That's so stupid.
You have a dumb life. like, I thought it was dumb after we got to know you. It's been
We
dumb like
literally,
from
he
the
just,
beginning.
he went like, and we just lost, we just like, turn it off.
Because playing.
I think I've told this story on the podcast before, but I used to have sun staring contests when I was in first grade.
Yeah,
What?
you told me this before.
Yeah.
You won.
I would do that
won.
too.
I won every time.
And
I
then
you
could
all the
stare
other
at the sun
kids?
longer than anybody, huh?
You had all the other kids, like around you, like you would stare at the sun as a group.
We would wait in line for lunch.
Would there be someone monitoring like whose eyes are staying focused on the sun? Because like, couldn't you both just be looking and go like
Of course
this?
you could have. I was 7. Who knows?
Just saying.
So
Cheater.
I looked at the sun one time, and there was a blue dot. You know when you look at the sun, you have the blue dot in your
Yeah.
vision after that? So I had the blue dot, and my fucking older brother told me the blue dot will lead you to treasure. So I was...
I mean, once you've stopped looking.
I would stare at the fucking sun, and then look at the blue dot, and I really had an opinion in my mind that when the blue dot would disappear and I hadn't found the treasure yet, that I wasn't good enough at it, so I'd stare at the sun longer. My fucking mom comes out, looks at the window, and then I'm in the front yard, fucking half blind, like staggering after nothing, this imaginary blue dot that only I can see, and I'm like walking through the front yard going, wait. So my fucking brother again strikes again with
How
fucking
many
asshole.
moments of? I came up with a
Right.
name for the rooster.
What?
Artie.
Artie, yeah. We had a...
What was the name of the boss of the Artie Schwartz? What was he called?
Artie Schwartz. Artie Schwartz, CEO of Artie Schwartz. It was
He
a
was
character
Jewish,
we wrote,
right?
and he never made it into a. He was going to be a short Italian guy. His name was Artie Schwartz.
Wasn't he going to be Paul Marino at some
He was going to be
point?
Paul Marino's going to do it. Yeah. And it was Artie Schwartz, president of Artie Schwartz. So, but we
genius.
never did anything with the character. Matt's gonna be mad if we talked about that.
I've never heard about that.
Artie Schwartz. Hello, I'm Artie Schwartz, president of Artie Schwartz.
You do that really well.
Thanks.
You are from New York though, so.
Well, Paul could nail that. Paul does that voice great.
So you
I ran into him randomly, like walking down the street.
As opposed
couple-
to plan running into everybody else.
Shut up. I ran into him walking down the street out of nowhere like a couple weeks ago.
Let's run into each other at 3 on Sunday.
All right, what happened? Tell us
No,
about
I know,
the-
it's just weird to me, like walking down the street and you see someone in the distance walking towards you, like, is that Paul?
Gus,
Why
it
is that
happens to
weird?
regular people all the fucking time.
I never
the weird
go
thing is
out.
that you went
When's
outside.
the last time you ran into someone?
The weird thing is you went
When's
outside.
the last time you ran into someone?
I run into Becca Fraser, I think, occasionally. She played sister. In
When's the
Breakfast
last
Club.
time?
I don't know.
Occasionally, it's not a specific time.
Well, planned or unplanned, Gus? Which one? What do
don't
you
change the
wanna know?
fucking subject.
Are you
I'm on
sometimes-
point here.
Are you sometimes in your kitchen, you look into your living room and you're like, Esther?
When's the last time you ran into someone?
I ran to Laurie Webb in Seattle.
No.
I ran into.
Wrong.
I ran into
the last
my
time
buddy.
was you ran into my wife at the fucking place over there on Duval.
She was acting shifty.
No, don't change the fucking subject.
Was it
You're
planned?
wrong.
I ran into my buddy that I went to college with. I ran into him the other night. He was bartending, and I saw him there. I said hello. We had a ketchup drink.
Okay.
You had a ketchup
Really,
drink.
really nice. It's good.
I never run into anyone because I don't know anyone in the city besides
I
Rooster
actually
Teeth
did go
people.
through, in all seriousness, I did go through a period in Austin where I never ran into anybody.
Who notices that?
In Austin.
That's like walking around and thinking, I haven't stubbed my toe in ages. Well, who notices that?
Man.
People would go like, oh, I was at the grocery store, I ran into Jason. I go, how come I never see anybody in Austin? I never run into people. It's not that big a town, and I always get mad that I was jealous that other people were running into other people, and I wasn't.
What?
No, it happens to me all the time. That's why I'm talking about it. Why am I the weirdo?
So you're like,
It's essentially the same thing.
you're walking around and you're just like, why am I missing out? all the
I like
time?
walk out of the grocery store, and I'm like this. I'm like, ah, shit.
People are meeting each other. I'm not there.
I was upset by that. Yeah, it's like I hear other people having a good time, and I'm like, I'm not out there like running into people I know.
Same thing I
Aw.
said.
So
Yeah,
Somehow
yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
weirdo.
You're just a weird because you
It's the
never go
same
outside.
thing.
your story was I was walking down the street and in the distance was someone walking the other way. who I
Right,
know.
which is weird, which is the same thing he's
Happens
saying.
all
He's
the
complaining
time
that it
to
never happened to
everybody.
him.
Happens to everybody.
He just said it didn't happen to you.
Happens to regular people, I said. Look, your problem is you don't ever go outside. You know, if you met somebody every
This
time
is
you
so
went outside,
frustrating.
if you,
RTX.
100% of zero is still zero. You don't ever go out anywhere. You never go out.
I've
What was
had
the
it with
last place you went out? You went out and you
This
hey,
has gone out a couple times.
like why were you walking that day you ran to Palmerino? What
I
happened?
was going to lunch.
You were walking to lunch from where?
I had parked.
From your house?
From the fucking parking lot. When's the last?
He's annoyed now.
Yeah,
You
I'm
parked in
super
the parking
annoyed.
lot and then walked down a street? Where
Yeah.
were you eating?
Huh?
Where were you eating?
Up at the domain. Like, you don't have the garages.
Oh, okay. Store holds up. I'll allow it.
Just, it's weird. I'd never run into anyone, and I ran into someone.
So you saw
Happens all
him.
the time.
Did you cross the street to avoid it, or
No, because I know him. I like him.
you don't like meeting people that you know, though, do you?
Yeah, but he's all right. I like
Do you
Paul.
Hi,
think
Paul.
if we were walking down the street and Gus saw us first, what do you like, Gavin? You didn't see him or I didn't see him.
He
would
would-
he come over and say hello to us?
Absolutely not. And you
No,
probably,
there's no way.
you
There's no
probably
way.
look on the ground for a magazine and then hold it over your face by a wall or something just to avoid it.
I would say hi to you guys.
You would go out of your way like.
No.
What if you
If
saw
we
me in a
cross
store?
paths.
If we cross paths.
Yeah.
If you're walking down and I'm in a store window shopping or dressing a mannequin or something like that, and you walk by on the sidewalk, and you see me, would you tap on the glass?
No.
That's
absolutely
too much.
Not. No.
So you would never go out of your way to be noticed.
If you saw me, I'd say, hey, what's up? Wave. But I'm not gonna fucking tap on the glass.
So,
What am I, a fucking animal?
Hey.
and there's like crappy ramen here, like in a packet. So I was like, have some of that. So I was boiling just enough water because I was trying to we were about to do a Let's Play. And I was like, let's wrap this up. Let's get this water boiled and pour it onto these crappy noodles. Dude comes over.
Are you gonna call this person out or?
No.
Okay.
Do it.
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Dude comes over. He was like, man, you're already boiling water. I was like, yeah, just enough to do these noodles and then I'm out of here. He was like, oh, cool. And he was like drinking from his water bottle, I guess. He was like, opened the kettle while it was boiling and poured all of his into it.
Why?
That's gross, right?
What?
That's
People are minging.
That's
That's
gross.
gross.
And not only was I annoyed because the water that was almost
Who
ready.
was it?
Monty.
It was Monty.
No.
Really?
Not only did it take like another 5 minutes that I had to wait, it came out of his mouth.
Well, boiled water.
Wait,
is-
wait,
I don't
wait,
give a
wait.
I don't care
Wait,
that it
wait,
got
wait.
boiled.
Wait a
It
minute, though. Wait a
is
minute. You said you had to
gross.
wait another 10 minutes for it to boil. You didn't start the process over once somebody dumped their own water into your kettle? You
What
just
do you mean
kept going?
start it over?
You didn't like
What do
dump
you mean?
it out?
How is that hard to comprehend what I said? You didn't start over? You didn't dump out the whole thing and just start over from scratch?
No, because why did he pour water in the water that was boiling?
So you used it anyway?
The point is you
I'm
didn't.
in a hurry. I'm not going to tip it all out. Half of it's hot.
But if you dump out half the water, so you drank the guy's spit water, basically.
I didn't drink it.
This whole thing makes no
it
sense.
melted my noodles.
They don't melt, by the way. This whole thing makes no sense. The guy, why would he do that? Did he say anything, or was he like, ha ha ha?
Because we work with animals.
Well, listen, I will sometimes fuck around. Like today when you were doing something, you were playing horse, and I sprayed lotion on your legs, which sounds weird now that I say it. But sometimes this is the kind of thing that happens.
It looked
sometimes.
great.
It happens sometimes. It used
Yeah.
to be the worst thing. Jeff got really sick of the
But
joke where I would always fuck with his food, and he got really sick of it.
The worst thing to do is keep people waiting. I hadn't had lunch yet, and 5 people were waiting to do a Let's Play.
I don't see how, if he pours cold water in and doubles the size of what you're boiling, that you couldn't just dump the whole thing out and start over and it would be the same. Like, if he dumped it into already boiling water, it seems like.
It may have
Well,
been
then
like, it may have cooled it to like 140 or 150.
Then we're in a different realm of the fact that he knows I have a problem with it.
Oh, he was still standing there?
Seriously.
So I'm watching him do this, and I'm like,
So you didn't even say anything. Like, why would you do it? Did he
So
look at you?
what?
Massive.
The damage is done. I just want to get out of there. I could have an argument with him.
Well, you
I
should
would-
let him know it's wrong.
Personally, I would have just walked away. I just would have left and gone back to
Should've
my
done.
desk.
I was hungry though. I need energy.
Doesn't matter.
It takes a lot of energy to be an asshole in videos.
Here's what you do next time. Official company policy. Take the kettle, look at it, and go, did you just dump your thing in there? He goes, yeah, just go splish right on him. It's boiling water.
It amazes
Whoever it
me
is.
that people are that gross though. People don't have the common
Gavin,
sense.
what you're saying literally makes no sense at all. Like,
Why?
It has to be a joke that he was playing on you to fuck with you to
No,
do
not
it.
this person.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, you've told me the story.
Okay.
It really, they just dumped their water into your kettle. That makes no sense to me at all. It's more effort
Because they
to do
needed
that.
water too.
It's more effort to do that. Did the person need hot water?
Yeah, they probably
They
needed
wanted
water
to make,
as well.
They wanted to make tea or something.
Oh, okay.
So they were disappointed with how much water I was boiling.
See,
The
okay.
Speed.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Damn right it was.
Can I tell you something, Gus?
Yep.
Was it me? Did I do it?
No.
Okay. Was one of the things we talked about the other day is now that we have live streams at 7 o'clock.